Wagwan, my sis. Welcome back to One M Sports. And finally, I can give my NBA Conference Finals preview. That Western Conference took a little longer, but without further ado, let's get it started. All right, first to start off, oh my God, Clippers fans, whatever fake fans that y'all got. It's supposed to be the Battle of LA. This was supposed to be the Claw versus the King. You know what I mean? But your supporting cast, man. Boy George, Doc Rivers made some terrible decisions in terms of rotation. Just that supposedly super deep bench just didn't show up. And Joker and Murray, they did what they were supposed to do. They took him out. They played team ball, and once again, coming from 3-1 down for their fourth Game 7 in a row, they make it through. And it's just hats off to them. They did what they needed to do, and now they're in the conference finals. On the other side, we had Bron and AD. That little bit of rest that they had coming into the series, I should say, showed in Game 1. I thought it was going to be a little more of a problem for them. I thought the Rockets, with their shooting, were going to be able to, trade 3-pointers for 2-pointers and give the Lakers a problem, but that double team strategy that they did on Harden didn't get him started. He wasn't able to have a rhythm, and the rest of his team just couldn't do it. We all know Westbrook can't shoot, but he was, getting the points that he needed to. He was performing admirably, but everybody else, their shot was just broken, and they had no answer for Anthony Davis, and it was just complete, domination, a gentleman's sweep per se. But after Game 2, after Game 3, when you had Rondo, showing out, and then the next game you had Caruso showing out, I was like, all right, yeah, this is over. Also, genius switch to bring Morris into the starting lineup. It completely changed the series for us. And here we go. No Battle of LA, but Lakers in the conference final. And I see them taking care of business. I don't know right now. I'm not even gonna lie. Nuggets surprised me so much. I don't know what to expect from them. But I'll say 4-2. 4-2. They're a really good team, and I see the Lakers going through to the finals. Now on the other side, we have the Celtics and the Heat. Game 1 already happened, and it's first off, let me give my respect to the Heat. I used to live in Miami, and they capitalized on a hobbled Giannis and, double teamed him, made him very uncomfortable. And the lack of ball handles on the Bucks came back to haunt him. You can't have Giannis. You took Giannis out the game, and they couldn't create anything. There was no space being created. They're supposed to have all these shooters around them, but the ball couldn't get to them because Giannis couldn't find any space. So then you have Bledsoe trying to create, George Hill. It just wasn't working. And when, just more heart as well, not to mention that crazy Game 3, I want to say, when they had the Jimmy Buckets had the free throws with no time on the clock. But yeah, it was just an insane series, just pure heart by the Heat. And, they took care of business and moved the Bucks out of there. Giannis will probably still get MVP, but we all know that should probably go to Bron this year. On the flip side, their opponents, the Celtics, again, shout out to the OVO Raptors, exactly what I thought they would be. They just all that fight, all that heart, and they fought the Celtics to the final minute. If, that Game 6, yeah, when Lowry, that performance between Lowry and the light-skinned dude, I can't remember his name, to just fight and go into overtime and take it to another game. And then, Game 7 happened, but it was just remarkable. They did themselves proud as defending champions, first-time champions, and they can hold their heads up high even going home. And then, the young boy Celtics between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and just the core that they have, Marcus Smart, they, were able to move on. And then that Game 1, they just seemed so evenly matched. it was crazy. It was gonna go to overtime if it wasn't for that ridiculous block by Bam Adebayo. Like, man came back like full yam. Hand was bent, and he still denied it, and that was just sensational. And they were able to take game one. This series, I don't know. They're so evenly matched. I can see it going to 7, quite honestly. That heart that the Heat have, I don't want to bet against them again. But I'm gonna go Celtics. I think the Celtics are just more talented than they are, just overall. So I know Jimmy Buckets and them have heart. I do see it, as I said, going to 7, but I'll give it to the Celtics. So it'd be a Lakers-Celtics final, and I'm not betting against my Lakers. I see the Lakers taking it. I don't think they'll sweep them or anything like that. But I can see it being 4-1, 4-2. I don't see it going to 7 with them. And Brown will be able to deliver a championship on the year we lost Kobe. That would be one shining light in what's been a dreadful year so far. So Lakers champs. I will revisit that once these series are over, and I'll change whatever picks I need to if the Heat do make it through, and then it's Heat Lakers. I don't see the result changing, but I definitely want to get my thoughts on the Heat series if that happens. If you do have any differing thoughts, drop them down below. If you feel like, if you want to give some props just to Joker and Jimmy Buckets for pulling their team up, and Murray, not disrespect Murray, and Murray for pulling their teams way beyond expectations in this bubble scenario, drop them below. Let me know who your MVP so far of the playoff bubble is. And please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you again. Till next time.